A lot of South Floridians spotting a strange sight in the sky. And no, it's not aliens, but it is something that's pretty out of this world.
This is what so many across South Florida spotted this morning in the sky, wondering what it could be.
What if the lights you saw in the sky weren't just stars or planes? What if hundreds of people witnessed the same strange shapes hovering silently above them, and no one could explain it? A high school football game turned into a scene from a sci-fi movie, and the footage went viral overnight. But what really happened that night in Scottsdale? Phoenix UFO mystery. Finally solved. The result was shocking. During a high school football game in Scottsdale, Arizona, near Phoenix, 4 mysterious lights appeared in the night sky, sparking viral videos and widespread speculation about UFOs. While many believed it could be an alien activity, the most likely explanation was skydivers using flares during a nighttime jump. The shocking part was how something so ordinary could be misinterpreted as extraterrestrial, highlighting how easily people can mistake unfamiliar sights for something otherworldly. Since the middle of the 1900s, many documented reports have described strange sightings of jellyfish-like objects in the sky. These mysterious encounters quickly drew the attention of curious onlookers, media, and even scientists. As more stories came to light, the topic began gaining serious attention, sparking discussions, debates, and investigations worldwide. People from different backgrounds started taking a deeper interest, wanting to understand what these floating, glowing shapes might be. Even today, new reports continue to appear. These fresh accounts keep the conversation going and push researchers to seek answers. The very first well-known sightings of these jellyfish-shaped UFOs were recorded during the mid-20th century. Around that time, people in different parts of the world began sharing their experiences. They described seeing strange, quiet objects drifting across the night sky, moving smoothly and peacefully. What made these sightings stand out was how similar the objects looked to jellyfish. Witnesses often mentioned the soft glow, the floating motion, and the long, thin extensions hanging from the craft's body. These shapes reminded people of the way jellyfish move through the ocean. That visual connection helped fuel even more interest and curiosity among those who saw them and heard the stories. Many reports described the objects as graceful and calm, almost like they were peacefully watching from above. Their glowing light made them look otherworldly, adding to the mystery. In the world of UFO research, this jellyfish comparison became quite common, mainly because of the tendril-like structures that seemed to hang from the craft's main body. These sightings caused quite a stir at the time. People from all over the globe started talking about what they saw or heard. The topic became a serious point of interest for researchers and scientists, and the public followed with great fascination. From newspaper articles to radio shows, discussions about these jellyfish-like UFOs became more frequent as people tried to make sense of what was appearing in the skies. Back in the year 1954, a strange event occurred in the quiet farmlands of Nebraska, a state in the United States. This peaceful rural setting became the scene of one of the earliest recorded sightings of an unidentified flying object. Going about their usual day, a group of farmers noticed something unusual hovering above their fields. They described the object as large, partly see-through, and shaped like a jellyfish. It seemed to float effortlessly in the sky above their land. The object gave off a soft, steady glow that pulsed gently and made a low humming sound that sent chills down the spines of those watching. The entire scene felt eerie and unlike anything the farmers had ever witnessed. Instead of forgetting what they saw, the farmers decided to carefully document the event. They wrote down everything they remembered and even created detailed drawings of the flying object. These records proved so clear and compelling that people began to take the sighting seriously, even those who were initially doubtful. That particular event became one of the earliest cases investigated by researchers when studying the possibility of alien life or advanced technology not known to the public. Over time, it became a key example in the ongoing discussion about unidentified flying objects, helping lay the foundation for more serious research in the years that followed. As time passed, similar sightings began to appear in other parts of the world. People from different continents, including Europe, Asia, and South America, started reporting their experiences with flying objects that looked like jellyfish. The more these reports spread, the more global attention the phenomenon received. What made these sightings so interesting was how strange and graceful the objects appeared, no matter where they were seen. Witnesses often described the UFOs as beautiful, yet puzzling, the way they glided through the night sky. Glowing and moving softly gave them a dreamlike quality. People watching them were filled with wonder and confusion, unsure of what they saw. Some felt amazed, while others were left with more questions than answers. Phoenix UFO mystery. Finally solved. The result was shocking. Fast forward to modern times, especially in the 21st century, and there has been a sharp rise in these jellyfish-shaped UFO reports. A big reason for this increase is that almost everyone now carries a smartphone. With cameras in every pocket and easy access to social media, people can quickly capture and share strange events as they happen. Not long ago, something unusual happened during a high school football game in Scottsdale, Arizona, just outside Phoenix. In the middle of the game, 4 bright lights suddenly appeared in the night sky. Hundreds of people, including students, parents, and staff, saw them. At least 2 people managed to capture videos of the lights using their phones. These lights moved slowly above the field, and what made them even stranger was that they blinked at random. The whole thing lasted for around a minute and a half, but left a lasting impression on those who saw it. Soon after, the videos started appearing online. It quickly became one of the top trending stories on Yahoo News. It sparked what many were calling a national mystery. In no time, the clip had gained over 50,000 views, and people everywhere were talking about it. Naturally, all kinds of theories began to pop up. Some thought the lights were from helicopters flying in formation. Others said it might be a camera lens issue, like a reflection or glare. But the most popular idea by far was also the most exciting one, which was that maybe, just maybe, these lights were from an alien spacecraft. People began to wonder, was this the real video evidence everyone had been waiting for? Could this be proof that visitors from another world had finally appeared? Still, not everyone jumped to the alien theory. Some people had a different idea. They suggested the lights might have come from a group of skydivers using flares. According to them, the lights looked like flares attached to parachutes during a nighttime dive. But even that theory raised questions. Why would skydivers jump at night with flares, especially during a school football game? And if this was something they had done before, how come nobody had heard about it? With so many questions and no solid answers, many were left wondering if it was all just a clever trick, an elaborate prank, or perhaps something much harder to explain. These pictures were shared by a man who chose not to reveal his identity. He claimed to have captured something truly unusual in the skies above the well-known and heavily guarded Area 51. The photographs show what looks like a jellyfish-shaped object glowing in the air. It had a see-through body with long, flowing arms or tendrils hanging from it. The object seemed to float silently above the gates of the military base, giving off an eerie, almost otherworldly appearance. Since Area 51 has always been surrounded by mystery, especially with theories about aliens and secret technology, these images have stirred up more interest and debate. As the images spread quickly across social media and online forums, many people began sharing their thoughts. Some even passed the pictures on to groups that explored strange and unexplained events. Several of these discussions showed that the object was seen during the daytime. It was clearly hovering above the general area of the base. To add to the story, one witness gave a detailed account. This person said he was driving along the quiet, empty roads near Area 51. Like many curious visitors and UFO fans, he hoped to see something strange. But he came prepared. He had brought a high-quality camera in case something out of the ordinary showed up. As the person approached the gates of Area 51, something unusual caught their eye. There was a soft glow in the sky, just faint enough to be easily missed, but it stood out against the dark background of the desert night. Looking more closely, the individual realized that the light was coming from an object hovering quietly in the air, just beyond the restricted zone of the base. At that moment, it became clear that this wasn't ordinary. What hovered in the sky looked nothing like a typical aircraft. The object's shape reminded the witness of a jellyfish with a rounded center that glowed in a soft bluish light. Stretching out from this glowing center were long, thin arms that moved gently in the air, swaying as if floating underwater. These tendrils gave the whole object a calm, flowing motion, making it look both graceful and mysterious. On top of that, the entire structure seemed to be partly see-through, adding to its strange, otherworldly look. Completely captivated by the sight, the man reached for his camera without wasting a second. He began taking photos quickly, trying to capture the object from different angles. The UFO continued to hover above the entrance to the base, giving him just enough time to snap several clear shots. When the photos were finally shared, many people were stunned. The images showed the jellyfish-like UFO in impressive detail. The glowing tendrils stood out sharply against the dark desert sky, and although the central part of the object appeared a little blurry, likely due to its movement, the rest of the structure was well defined. The sharpness of the tendrils and the strange glow gave the pictures a dreamlike, almost unreal feeling that only added to the mystery. One of the most eye-catching details in the photos is the light coming from the UFO itself. The object gives off a soft silver glow that seems to pulse gently, almost like breathing. This light spills onto the desert floor, creating a strange, otherworldly shine on the sand and lighting the nearby security fences. It's not just the glow that grabs attention. The long tendrils from the object seem to move and flicker as if they're made of energy or some glowing material. They shimmer in the air, giving the whole object a feeling of life, like it's more than just a machine. Looking at the images closely, the UFO seems to interact with its surroundings. The light it gives off bounces off the ground and the nearby structures, almost as if the object is responding to the environment around it. This has fascinated many people, who are even more curious about what it was. According to the man who took the pictures, they are completely real and haven't been edited or changed in any way. His statement and the photos themselves have started a wave of discussions and theories. People everywhere are trying to figure out what the jellyfish-shaped UFO could be. Some believe it must be something from another world, such as a spacecraft visiting from far beyond Earth. They think it might have been observing what goes on at Area 51, or maybe even trying to make contact with someone at the base. The way the object looked, soft, glowing, and organic, has made some people wonder if it could be a living spacecraft, not built by hand, but grown or formed naturally in space. The idea of a living machine drifting through space is strange, but not impossible in the minds of some believers. On the other hand, some have a more down-to-earth explanation. They think this might be a secret military project, a highly advanced aircraft or drone built and tested at Area 51. After all, the base is well known for developing powerful and groundbreaking technology. It's the same place where the U-2 spy plane and the SR-71 Blackbird were created. So, it wouldn't be a surprise if scientists and engineers there were working on a new kind of aircraft that flies using advanced systems the public hasn't seen yet. Some people believe the truth might lie somewhere in the middle. It may not be entirely alien or completely man-made. According to this idea, the jellyfish-like UFO could be an alien craft captured by the military or carefully copied using advanced technology. Area 51, known for its secretive work, is thought to be the place where scientists test and study this kind of reverse-engineered technology. This theory fits with long-standing rumors that the United States government has had alien spacecraft in its possession for many years and has been trying to understand how they work. If the sighting of this jellyfish-shaped object is real, it could change a lot about what people think they know. It might mean that extremely advanced technology, possibly not made by humans, is already here on Earth. That possibility makes the story even more mysterious and raises serious questions about what might be hidden from the public. The location of the sighting only adds more fuel to the curiosity. Area 51 has always been tied to secrecy and speculation. So, when something strange is spotted near its gates, people wonder even more. What kind of experiments are taking place there? What secrets are being kept from the world? These questions have been around for a long time, and now they are being asked again with more urgency after the release of these new photographs. This is also not the first time unusual lights have been seen near Area 51. One of the earliest and most famous cases happened in 1955. Several commercial airline pilots reported seeing strange lights in the sky close to the base. These lights were described as moving extremely fast, making sharp turns, and disappearing completely. At that time, no known aircraft could perform in such a way. As more reports emerged, people began to think that Area 51 was not just a place to test military planes. Many started to believe that something else might be going on there. The idea spread that the government was working with alien technology. Although different witnesses have described different shapes and sizes, many sightings have included common features. These include objects that are round like saucers or shaped like triangles, often with bright, glowing lights that pulse in the sky. Many of the reported UFO sightings describe movements that seem impossible by normal standards. These objects are often seen doing things that do not follow the laws of physics. People have witnessed those making sharp turns while moving at incredibly high speeds. Others have seen them hovering completely still in midair, not moving an inch, and then suddenly shooting off into the sky with no visible engines or wings to explain how. In some cases, witnesses have also reported seeing beams of light coming from the UFOs. These lights often shine down toward the ground, almost as if scanning the area below. This has led some people to believe that the objects might be watching or studying the environment, possibly for surveillance or research purposes. There are stories of these objects disappearing instantly, as if they had a way to hide from view or move faster than the human eye can follow. It is not just everyday people who see these strange events. Over the years, several military members stationed at or near Area 51 have come forward with their own experiences. Some say they watched objects on radar screens moving at speeds no known aircraft can reach. These blips would appear, move quickly, and then vanish. Others have said they saw flying objects like nothing they had ever seen. The materials and shapes of the crafts were unfamiliar, but they seemed far more advanced than anything used in current military technology. These first-hand accounts from trained military personnel have only added more weight to the idea that these UFOs could be from somewhere other than Earth. Regarding reports of UFOs, countless stories describe strange things happening in the sky. These unusual flying objects have sparked curiosity, confusion, and debate for many years. People from all walks of life have shared their experiences, and each new account adds more questions about where these objects come from and their true purpose. One type of UFO sighting that has stood out in recent years involves objects that look like jellyfish. These strange crafts move in smooth and graceful ways, much like how jellyfish float through the ocean. Their motion seems gentle and flowing, which makes them appear even more mysterious. Because of their shape and movement, these sightings have caught the attention of UFO watchers, scientists, and everyday people trying to understand what they might be. Sightings of jellyfish-shaped UFOs have been reported in many different parts of the world. People have seen them in quiet, rural areas and large, busy cities. No matter the location, the stories often describe the same things. The objects float silently across the sky, shining with a glowing, ghost-like light. Their bodies often appear see-through, which gives them an eerie but fascinating look. Those who have witnessed these strange sights often describe the moment as unforgettable. Some say they felt amazed, even inspired by what they saw. The beauty and calm movement of the objects left them in awe. Others, however, felt nervous or unsettled. The idea of seeing something so unusual, something that does not match anything we know, brought on feelings of fear or unease. As the old saying goes, fear of the unknown is the greatest fear of all. Because of this wide range of emotions, the mystery of these jellyfish-like UFOs continues to grow. The more people see and report them, the more curious the public becomes. Whether seen as a sign of something beautiful or something unknown and possibly threatening, these sightings continue to spark interest, raise questions, and keep the conversation going. The mystery of the jellyfish-shaped UFOs continues to blur the line between science, speculation, and the unknown. If this story left you curious, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more strange encounters, unexplained events, and deep dives into the unknown. Hit the bell so you never miss what's hiding in plain sight.